नमस्ते बिटिया, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया. Myself Dr. Aarti Purohit, Associate Professor, Department of Pathology, Faculty of Homeopathic Sciences, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. In the series of bacteriology lectures, our today's topic is Spirochete Part 2. In Spirochete Part 1, we have discussed about the Treponema pallidum. Now, the rare spirochetes, that is Borrelia and Leptospira, we will talk about this in our today's lecture. In Borrelia, you can see with the Giemsa stain, recurrent Borrelia recurrentis in the blood looking like this. You can see this spiral form. This is a Borrelia recurrentis. Borrelia have subspecies. One is a Borrelia recurrentis, Borrelia suppurates, and Borrelia burgdorferi. Borrelia recurrentis is responsible for relapsing fever and epidemic, which is epidemic. This is louse borne. Reservoir is human and vector is the Pediculus humanis, that is a body louse. Then Borrelia suppuratus, this is causing the relapsing fever endemic. This is a tick-borne disease and rodent soft-shelled ticks are the reservoir of this infection and the vector is Ornithodorus suppuratus. Borrelia burgdorferi is responsible for Lyme disease. The reservoir are the rodent, deer, domestic pet and hard-shelled ticks and the vector is the Ixodet suppuratus. So we will talk about these by one, Borrelia recurrentis and other Borrelia. Epidemiology of relapsing fever are associated with the poverty, crowding and warfare. These are the arthropod vectors, louse-borne borreliosis that is causing the epidemic relapsing fever transmitted person to person by human body lice or vector which from infected human reservoir. Infect host only louse is injured, that is for example during the scratching. Therefore, a single louse can only infect a single person. Lice leave host that develop a fever and seek normal temperature host. Tick-borne borreliosis is responsible for endemic relapsing fever. This is in sporadic cases transmitted by soft body ticks from small mammal reservoir. Ticks can multiply and infect new human hosts. The pathogenesis of the relapsing fever. Relapsing fever or borreliosis, tick fever, famine fever. This is an acute infection with 2 to 14 days incubation period followed by recurring febrile episodes, constant spirochetemia that worsens during the febrile stage. Epidemic relapsing fever occurs is equals to louse-borne borreliosis, Borrelia recurrentis, which is causing, and endemic relapsing fever is a tick-borne borreliosis, which is Borrelia suppuratus is causing. Now, Borrelia burgdorferi. This is responsible for the Lyme disease, which is characterized by the three stages. Initially, a unique skin lesion or erythema chronicum, migraines with general malaise. ECM not seen in all infected hosts. ECM often described as Bullseye eye rash. Lesions periodically recur. Subsequent stage seen in 5 to 15% of patients with neurological or cardiac involvement. Third stage involve migrating episodes of non-destructive but painful arthritis. Acute illness treated with phenoxy, methylpenicillin or tetracycline. This is an erythema chronicum migraines of the Lyme borreliosis. You can see this bluish rash. Diagnosis. Diagnosis is done by the erythema migraines that should be more than 5 centimeter in diameter. At least one late manifestation like musculoskeletal nervous system and cardiovascular involvement should be there, and laboratory confirmation of the infection. What is the lab criteria for diagnosis? At least one of the following should be present: isolation of Borrelia burgdorferi, demonstration of diagnostic level of the IgM and IgG antibodies in the spirochete, and significant increase in antibody titer between acute and convalescent serum samples. The epidemiology of Lyme borreliosis. Lyme disease was recognized as a syndrome in 1975 with outbreak in Lyme, Connecticut, transmitted by hard body tick. Ixodet suppurates vector. Nymph stages are usually more aggressive feeders. Nymph stages generally too small to discern with unaided eye. For these reasons, nymph stage transmits more pathogens. White-footed deer mice and other rodents, deer, domesticated bats, and hard-shelled ticks are most common reservoir. Now, this is all about the Borrelia. Now we will talk about the Leptospira. Introgens, which is causing the Weil's disease. This is a silver strain of Leptospira introgens, serotypic ectohemorrhagica, and obligate aerodes. They are characterized hooked end, having the hooked end. These are the mild virus-like syndrome. There is a anti-icteric leptospirosis, systemic with aseptic meningitis, icteric leptospirosis, anicteric leptospirosis, and icteric leptospirosis. In icteric overwhelming disease, this is Weil's disease, which is having the vascular collapse, thrombocytopenia, hemorrhage, and hepatic and renal dysfunction. Icteric refers to jaundice, yellowish of the skin and mucous membrane by deposition of bile and liver involvement. The pathogenesis of icteric leptospirosis, also called wheel disease in human, there is a direct invasion and replication in the tissue characterized by an acute febrile jaundice and immune complex glomerulonephritis. Incubation period usually 10 to 12 days with flu-like illness, usually progression through two clinical stages. One is a leptospiremia developed rapidly after the infection without local lesion, and in fact the kidney and organism are shed in the urine, that is leptospiruria with the renal failure and death not common. Hepatic injury should be there and meningeal irritation is common. Clinical progression of the icteric and anicteric leptospirosis. In anicteric, there is a fever, first stage which remain 3 to 7 days, that is a septicemic stage, and second stage remains for 1 month. And important clinical findings are myalgia, headache, abdominal pain, vomiting, conjunctival suffusion, and fever. In second stage, there is a meningitis, uveitis, rash, and fever. Lactospiral are present in blood, CSF, then later on it is in urine. Here in icteric leptospirosis or Wheel syndrome, first stage remain for 3 to 7 days. This is septicemic, and second stage 10 to 30 days there is a immune. There is a jaundice, hemorrhage, renal failure, and myocarditis, and blood in blood it is present, but in CSF it is not, and then urine. Epidemiology. It is mainly a zoonotic disease transmitted to human from a variety of wild and domestic animal hosts. In USA, most common reservoir are rodent, dog, farm animal, and wild animal, transmitted through pricks in the skin and intact mucous membrane. Indirect contact with the soil, water feed with infected urine from an animal with leptospiruria. It is an occupational disease of animal handling. This is in comparison of diagnostic test for leptospirosis. Uh, there is a microscopy available, culture is also available of blood, CSF, and urine. In blood, it is present for first 10 days, then CSF also, and it is first week in the urine, it is present. Nucleic acid probes are also available, and serology is also available for an ELISA and PCR. So this is all about the Borrelia and Leptospira. I hope you enjoy this session. If any queries there, please mention it in comment box. I will try to resolve it out. Thank you.